My husband took the boat out on the lake. He took a handgun that I didn't even know that we owned, and
I'm still frazzled, I have to say, after watching The Night House last night.
all right.
Kept all the lights on and made sure I checked every crevice of the house before I went to bed. But doing much better today, doing much better. You had said when you read the script, it was that opening scene between you and one of the mothers of the students that really caught your eye and really had you wanting to sign on to this film. What was it about that scene?
That scene revealed so much about Beth, that her sort of anger, her brittleness, her humor, and I found it very enigmatic. And I thought, well, I think an audience will be intrigued by this person and want to see her go on the journey that she goes on, because, you know, aside from anything else, she's fairly reckless, I think. And that's scarier, arguably, to watch than someone who, someone who's scared is someone who's willing to be scared.
Yeah, I agree. I thought you were great in this role. And I did love her bluntness and kind of her, like you said, she was just kind of went into it without any fear. But speaking of fear, I think it's kind of crazy how this movie leaves you thinking, is she being haunted by ghosts, or is she making it all up in her head? For you, what is scarier? The idea of being like haunted, or maybe you're making it all up in your head?
They don't. I suspect if I really believed that it was happening and then I found out that it was happening in my head, I think I would find that scarier.
Yeah, not kind of losing your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I think losing your mind is a really scary concept. But also the flip side of that is if you really lose your mind, then you'll never know. So I don't know.
Also, I really loved that you had to kind of fight this invisible force. What was that like, acting that out for you?
Surprising, there wasn't a lot of technical apparatus there were some more extreme set pieces that did require a certain amount of choreography, but there was huge chunks of it that didn't have any VFX and didn't have any choreography and just relied on me basically sort of doing a mime / sort of interpretive dance that would somehow evoke a presence by my side. And we didn't always know how that was going to go down. And I think it just required a huge willingness on my part to look like a fool, because I guarantee a lot of foolish stuff is on the cutting room floor. And then the good stuff is what's in the movie.
I can imagine watching that back, without any of the sound effects or anything. It's just like, what is happening? You should ask them for that, just to keep for yourself,
I will never ask them for that. I never want to see that. I'm very willing to make an embarrassment of myself for my job. I'm like, that seems to be part of the course. So, but I don't need to look at it.
Well, it did. It worked, and it made such a great moment in the movie. What do you think audiences will be surprised about most watching this film?
I think it's a real return to a classical ghost story movie, haunted house sort of movie. But within that, it's a completely fresh and rather unusual take on it, where nothing is necessarily straightforward and there are many different interpretations. So I think that's the surprise, is that it's got some real twists and inversions.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't wait for everybody to see it. Thank you so much for chatting with me, and have a great day.
Thank you, you too.